Hello, welcome to the channel. This is the first video that I've ever made here. If you happen to stumble upon it and you're looking for business growth advice on social media or lead generation, hit the subscribe button. Would love to have you here, but wanted to just kind of tell my story in a raw format here because I think a lot of business owners are probably going to find themselves in the same situation or resonate with what I've dealt with and some of the things that I've had to overcome and try to learn. And I want to try to help other business owners, small business owners specifically, learn how to do some of these things so that we can be more successful with the age of AI and the explosion of social media content over the years and all of the opportunities at content that you can create and get in front of the audience that you're looking to get in front of. We need to double down on these things and make sure that we're taking advantage of it. And what I've done, I started creating social media content in 2017, growing a personal brand called Bama Beach Bum, where I fished primarily on the beach. I posted surf fishing videos, and I have been doing that. It's 2025. I've been doing that since 2017, so about 8 years. And it has become my full-time job where I create content. The majority of my revenue that I earn from what I do is from ad revenue. Now, I do have several businesses that I've built in to my content that I drive traffic to from my organic content that I do post. And this has given me a lot of different opportunities. And I've learned the problem that I ran into. I grew a large audience on these platforms. On YouTube, I have, I think, 154,000 subscribers. On Facebook, I've got 450 something thousand followers on Facebook. I've got 40,000, I think, on Instagram and a little bit on TikTok, where I have not put as much energy. But I've grown these larger social media platforms, and I've gotten tons of views, millions of views across all these platforms. And what I learned is I've got these eyeballs, I have this attention, and I need to start building some businesses to have outside of the social media world because I don't have any control over what happens with this audience. Even though I can post videos and do my best to show up in front of the people that I want to show up in front of, I still don't own that audience. I don't control them. So I needed to create a business that was outside of the landscape of social media. So we started a tackle store, which that has not really panned out the way that I would like for it to for myself. I also started a guide service where I made a lot of my income over the last several years guiding. We also tied in some different opportunities for people that were looking to book other guide services. So we partnered with several guides and created a website that we drove traffic to, so we would earn commissions on that. And then I also started a coaching business where I do help people who are looking to grow their social media and earn an income online and have the opportunity to earn ad revenue, sponsor deals, brand deals, build their own businesses and own companies, because that's what I've done over these last several years. But the pain point that I realized in 2025 was that I did not have a solid lead generation system or a process to do something with a lead once I obtained it. I've built email lists over the years. We've asked for people's emails for different reasons. We've done different campaigns where we've generated tens of thousands of emails in our system, but I wasn't doing anything with them. And that was a problem. So this year I really dove into the back end side of things in terms of learning what to do with a lead once you obtain it from social media. And that was a big learning curve for me. It's been a headache, it's been a challenge building the nuts and bolts of the system for like lead flows, lead automation, funnels, a lot of buzzwords that I had no clue what they were until this year, and different programs and websites and AI things and a lot of stuff I just don't even know how to regurgitate that well, even as of yet. But I started in March of 2025 building all this stuff. And I sat myself in my office for 2 days, 8 hours each day. I have a wife and a daughter, and they were out of town, so I was home by myself. So I just sat in the office and I just worked for 2 days straight, building out the nuts and bolts of this system. So I had like something now that worked. It was an automated lead flow system where like once a lead was dropped into my system, it like took them through this whole journey to try and turn them into a buyer and actually send me money through some of my businesses. And over this entire year of 2025, I've been refining that process, learning what works, testing several different things on the back end side in terms of like how to treat and nurture that lead, but also how the best ways are to obtain that lead from the content front facing side, which is what I have a lot more experience in over the years. And we've done all kinds of different product offers, and from sponsorship deals and different businesses that we've had that we've offered to my audience. But this is kind of a completely different arena that I started to step into, where I was trying to just obtain leads and then do something with them from that point forward, because now I own that audience. Now it's mine. And what I realized after I've kind of refined this process and learned what works and kind of seen the big picture here, I realized that a lot of business owners have several gaps in their system. I started talking to business owners and doing free strategy calls this year, and I've talked to over 100 business owners, entrepreneurs, content creators, and every one of them has some gaping holes in their system in terms of what they're trying to accomplish and what their process is for getting leads and actually nurturing them. So I have started trying to give resources and information to business owners that is going to allow them to fill those gaps and fill those holes and have a legitimate business. That you have front facing content that you can create organically. You can always run ads. That opportunity is always there, but there's so much opportunity now where you can generate a lot of attention and get a lot of eyeballs organically without spending the money, if you're willing to put in the work and go that route. But by putting content out that's going to attract the proper audience, and then also have a back end system that nurtures them. And all along the way, from front to back, we are utilizing AI to move quicker. And a lot of people don't really understand fully how to leverage AI in their businesses and like what gaps it can fill and how it can accelerate how fast you can move. And so that's another piece of the puzzle that I've been learning this year and trying to help other business owners understand. So if this sounds like something that you may be missing or you need, if you're like, man, I really understand that I need this process and I have some holes or some gaps in that process, this channel's for you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. I do also have some resources, so I've got a link in the description if you want my free playbook on content creation and how to start building out your brand and building out your business on the front facing side. It's absolutely free. It's what I've done for the last 8 years. It kind of breaks down my brain a little bit, so it can help you accelerate your content in a way that you can start getting in front of people a lot more effectively, and the right people, which is really the most important thing. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps you out. If you are interested in the information, hit the link in the description. I'll see you on the next one.